poster read, "Wanted at once, 300 men for No. 2 Construction Battalion for colored men of Canada." They weren't always wanted. Black Canadians had tried to enlist and had been turned away, told that it was a white man's war. Lieutenant Colonel George Fowler, commanding the 104th Battalion, said, "I have been fortunate to have secured a very fine class of recruits, and I did not think it fair to these men that they should have to mingle with Negroes." But by the summer of 1916, there were mountain casualties overseas and fewer volunteers at home. The Canadian forces needed soldiers, whatever their color. On July 5th, 1916, the No. 2 Construction Battalion was created, the only black unit ever formed in Canada. Most black recruits wanted to fight the enemy, not build roads. "The Army let us join," one said, "but they wouldn't let us fight. They gave us shovels, not rifles." The unit was formed in Nova Scotia, home to more than a third of the country's blacks. The soldiers were black, but the officers were white, with one exception: the battalion chaplain, Captain William White. The son of a slave, White had come up from Virginia to attend theology school at Acadia University and stayed on as a Baptist minister. In 1916, he was the only black officer in the British forces. Recruits trickled in from across Canada. From Alberta, Arthur and William Ware enlisted, the sons of the legendary black cowboy John Ware. "163 American blacks came north to enlist. They had hoped to escape the deep prejudice they knew in the United States, but they experienced segregation in Nova Scotia as well. In a Truro movie theater, they were forced to sit upstairs in the balcony until officers intervened." In March 1917, the battalion sailed for England. In May, they crossed the English Channel and entered France, traveling to La Joux, near the Swiss border. Most spent the war here, in the forest of the Jura Mountains, logging, milling, and shipping the wood that was needed for the war effort. In August 1917, conscription became law, and ironically, the black men who had been turned away because of their color were now required by law to enlist. The men of No. 2 milled wood, built bridges and roads, defused landmines, and retrieved the wounded from the battlefield. They served with pride and courage and distinguished themselves in service. They were officially disbanded on September the 15th, 1920. In July 1993, a granite memorial was unveiled at Pictou, Nova Scotia, in their honor. This is the site of an annual service that commemorates the men of the Black Battalion who served our country despite the prejudice they experienced.